What's up guys, Bionic here, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. What are we talking about today? Faction Wars again, Skinwalkers level 21 completed on my account as free to play. So let's get going with the run first. You guys know the drill by now. Pretty straightforward again, in the sense that the waves aren't that hard. You can practically put this on auto, although you do want to ensure that your skills are back up for the second wave, especially the basher with that AoE block cooldown skills. It is really important. It's going to prevent the run from being a little bit too long. Even if you screw up though, it's not the end of the world. It's just going to be a little bit longer for the waves. So if anything, this could probably work on auto to some extent, although the boss himself is very annoying, and that was the hardest part of the fight, like the previous ones anyway. Okay, so first wave, pretty straightforward. Let's fast forward to the next one here. Almost done here. I started controlling right towards the end, again, just so that the skills are back up for this run right here. Also, I had to change the gear on my Ironhide and my basher, simply because of the boss. And so what that did is that it prevented me from being able to clear the waves a little bit faster, because my basher ended up being a lot slower. Therefore, it was kind of weird in the rotation. It just didn't work as I thought it was going to work. Anyway, all to say that it wasn't that hard anyway. But then we get to the boss, and this boss is really annoying. Okay, so killing the ads isn't that hard. You do want to try and crowd control the one on the left if you can, because he's going to put an AoE provoke on your team. The one on the right will put a leech debuff. So until both of them are down, there's no real reason for you to go after the boss. But here's the hard part with this boss. Once he reaches 25% health, he's going to swap health with one of your champions, okay? So obviously, one of your champions will almost die, and then he's going to go back to full health. Then you're going to have 12 turns to kill this boss. Also, every 3 turns, like you saw right there, he's going to basically steal your buffs and then give your champions all of his debuffs. So it is important that you ensure that you do not buff up, or you do not apply any debuffs on him before he does this skill. You do it right after, like I'm doing right here. I went with the AoE decreased attack from my Ursine Ironhide. I went with the increased attack from the Basher. Also, the A1 from the Rain Beast has a continuous heal on it. So you would want to do the A2 when there's 1 turn left on that skill, okay? So it took me a couple of tries to get this right. So anyway, you kind of like kill the ads, you kill him almost once, and then he goes back to full health, and then it's a DPS race. I ended up killing him with about, I'm going to say roughly 3 turns or so left on his cooldown, okay? Let's fast forward here. Okay, so here I am. I killed him roughly the first time, right? Then it's going to trigger him to heal himself back up. He's going to go for my Rain Beast, which is good. I don't know if it's random. Maybe it could have been a different champion, but he did a health swap right there with that one, okay? So pay attention, again, to the skill rotation of his A2. That's the hardest part here. Every time this is about to go up, you want to be sure you don't have any buffs up, and he has a minimal amount of debuffs. Also, if you have a Steel Skull, like I do, you're applying poisons, and therefore he's going to apply that to all your champions. So if you have one that's low health, that's about to take a turn, and you end up with like 2-3 stacks of poison, that might kill you. It happened to me, right? So you don't want that to happen to you. But overall, I mean, it was alright once you get the hang of it. I tried this with my Basher in immunity set, as he is built this way for Tag Arena. It did not work. I did not have enough heals with only my Steel Skull to keep the Basher up. So I needed to put some lifesteal on Ursine Ironhide and on the Basher. Brachus has a self-heal. We do have some AoE heals from the Steel Skull, a single target heal from the Steel Skull, which most of the time went on the Basher anyway because he's relatively weak. And the Rain Beast has like 4 pieces of immortal, sorry if I'm not mistaken, okay? So pretty straightforward right there. See, that was an error. I went with the A1 from Rain Beast, and he's about to take his turn to swap. So what I should have done is use the A2 instead. That would have prevented a continuous heal from being applied to one of my champions. But you guys will understand this. Once you get there, you'll get the hang of it. It's going to take a couple of tries. And so once you're past that, you know, first step of somewhat killing him once, see how I'm slowly getting close to him being able to do this skill again. But right towards the end, with about 3 turns left, I believe, and we managed to kill him. Okay, so relatively easy. Again, might work on auto, probably would lose some champions here and there, but I don't really care. I'm not going to try this probably ever again, to be honest. And now that it's completed, that's it. That's all we wanted. Boom, there we are. Almost 20 minutes, Legendary Tome, And not to mention the like 5 other tries that I did. I also tried this on stream yesterday and totally forgot to do the masteries on my Ursine. I had no lifesteal on the Ursine Ironhide, and I was not using my Brachus A2 for whatever reason. I thought it wasn't healing. Anyway, all to say that it's done. Let's go over the champions now, right? Alright, so first one, Brachus the Shifter, built for Tag Arena. I did a full build video on this guy. I'm not going to spend too much time. Nothing has changed. He is relatively slow, but that's sort of normal for a nuker like this. So I'm just going to go over total stats. 4.2k attack, 170 speed, 97% crit rate, 220% crit damage, and just the right amount of accuracy for the PvE content. Of course, more accuracy would help for Tag Arena, but getting really good offensive stats and then a lot of accuracy is not that easy, okay? So we're rocking 4P Savage, 2 Divine Crit. We have attack, crit damage, 6-star, and then accuracy banner. All the skills are done on this guy. I talked about it before. I had done this for the Spicy Wing contest. And then here are the Masteries. We're going into Helm Smasher and the counter attack, which I like a lot. By the way, this here works really well with his passive. If he dies, he's going to revive. He's going to counter attack because he took more than 25% of HP. And then you're also going to get an extra turn. Okay, it's a little pro tip for you guys. I love seeing that happen in the arena. It is the best. All right, let's keep going. Then we got Brachus. After Brachus, we had Basher, which is currently wearing the overall set, the Nuke Lifesteal set that I had prepared for other champions. This one was typically on the Horden, and so we grabbed all those pieces. We grabbed some random speed boots I had lying around, and then we went and got the Bulwark gloves instead of my Foley gloves because I didn't want more damage out of him. I just wanted him for the crowd control, and I wanted him to survive because he kept getting one-shotted by the boss because he was like full attack and speed. So instead, we put some defense percent gloves on this guy, okay, from the Bulwark temporarily. We do have an attack percent chest, but again, that's typically on my Horden, and then some random speed boots. The rest of the gear really isn't that important. Defense right here, then we've got defense right here, and we have accuracy, okay? So you want to get this guy to be like probably close to 2,500 defense or so that he does not get one-shotted, and then he has the time to take a turn or two and heal himself back up. All the skills are done on this guy. Here are the masteries that I'm using. Again, I use him in Tag Arena, so I just want a lot of accuracy from this guy, as much as I can. It's a little bit lower right now, but typically with the immunity set, it's a little bit higher than this. Let's keep going. Then we've got Ursine Ironhide. He is wearing the set from my Martyr. My Martyr is typically my lifesteal nuke defense build, okay? So we grabbed all those pieces. It does have a random avenging chest, and we grabbed the boots from my Solus because they are speed boots instead of defense percent boots, which is typically on the Martyr. And these also have like a triple roll of defense percent, so it's very convenient for this type of champion, which is defense base. Total stats, about 32k HP, 4.2k defense, over 200 speed, which is great. 77% crit rate, 167% crit damage. No skills done. I thought about doing them, but it's not needed, okay? I did do the masteries on this guy. I tried without masteries yesterday, didn't exactly go well. You definitely want to get a little bit more damage if you can out of all your champions. So getting War Master is a great overall strategy for Faction Wars champion, okay? So they might not hit really hard because they have low crit rate, low defense, low crit damage, but they still have that proc of War Master, which really helps for damage output. I also went with counter attack along with deterrence instead of the cycle of revenge for this one, okay? Because this guy on the A1 has sort of like a 35% chance of increasing the cooldown, and then also I think it might work with his passive, which has the chance of reducing the turn meter. Okay, so this would be really nice if it was 100% or fully booked, but this guy needs like 17 books. I'm not going to risk it. Okay, so masteries for this guy, then that is done. Skinwalkers, the next one we have is, that was Basher, Brachus, who else do we have? Sorry, I'm going to go back to my little list here, right here. We got Rain Beast and Steel Skull left. Okay, so let's do Rain Beast, which is not fully leveled yet, so he's down here. Also kind of just finished this guy. Somewhat random pieces, but this was typically on my Shatter Bones. I don't have this set up right here yet. I'm probably going to make one. This is sort of like Immortal Speed, where you want to heal yourself a little bit, but you also want to be really fast, or as fast as possible, okay? So that set came directly from my Shatter Bones. Played around with maybe one piece, maybe the gloves, but we went with HP percent, defense, crit damage, which Again, it's not really the best in slot, but I wanted the chance to prevent the skill cooldown, because why not? That might help a little bit. And then we have HP on the banner with a little bit of speed. Total stats, they're okay-ish, about 60k. 3k defense, 220 speed. This is what I was really after here, and a decent amount of HP. Crit rate, crit damage, don't really care. Accuracy, you do not care. Skills are not done on this guy because it's not needed, but I did do the Masteries, all right? We went with War Master once again, same thing as Ursine Ironhide with Retribution and Deterrence. Also, I did not mention it, but on Ursine we have Life Drinker, which I think is really good on this guy as well, okay? So kind of like a clan boss build. This is basically my counterattack, offense, and defense for clan boss. And finally, the Steel Skull, which is right here. Just speed, overall speed. This guy has been sitting here with this gear for a while now, but this might be you know, moved around a little bit more, but we're at 242 speed, which is decent. And we don't care about crit rate, we don't care about crit damage. Accuracy is a little bit low, but in a sense, you almost don't want too much of it for that boss fight for this stage. But anyway, do aim for maybe 200 or whatever. And we have, what is it? Defense percent, HP percent, 6-star, 5-star boots. We got HP here, defense, defense. I managed to get all that accuracy on the gear, okay? So that's the little unique thing about this setup. So it's great on a champion like this, where let's say you're gonna use them against the clan boss, and you wanna reach your 220 accuracy, but you also wanna reach like 3,500, maybe 4k defense. That tends to be impossible without the use of a defense banner. Skills are done because I have used this guy in a clan boss before. And he has War Master, basically the same setup as the other ones, okay? So again, very similar to a clan boss build for this guy, full speed ahead. So those are the 5 champions. Here's the spreadsheet once again, okay? So Skinwalkers is now completed, making this my 6th Faction Wars done. Again, with reuse sets, we have the one from the Martyr, we have the one from the Horden right here, okay? So these 2 life steal sets came in pretty handy for this one. And last thing I'll show you guys is, of course, the Great Hall. You have to factor this in if you want to compare my stats with your stats. But like I showed with the previous video, you do not necessarily need a very advanced Great Hall. It is possible with much less, as the other player has shown on Reddit. So guys, that's going to be it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you later.